Poise, Efficiency, Peace by Colonel William Crosby Hunter. PEP, Poise, Efficiency, Peace, a book of hows, not whys, for physical and mental efficiency by Colonel William C. Hunter, author of Brass Tacks, Dollars and Cents, The Bill Books. Forward. Thought habit will become fixed on faith or fear, and the result to the man is good or bad accordingly. If your thought is fixed on faith, in the greater meaning, you are invincible. If it is fixed on fear, or its elder child, worry, you stand helpless, weak, conquered, and miserable. If I can, by suggestion, logic, example, proof, reason, or humor, get your thought habit fixed on faith and coach you to the understanding that will give you poise, efficiency, peace, then I will have done a thing well worth while. To that end, and with that purpose, I dedicate my services and this book to each of you who read it. William C. Hunter, June 10th, 1914. Publisher's Note. I believe in Colonel Hunter's book, PEP. For that matter, so does Mr. Britton. But I write this note because I made myself over by applying Colonel Hunter's rules for thinking and living to my daily life. In 1909, I was a sick man, suffering from nerves and food poisoning, auto-intoxication. I weighed less than 130 pounds, although 5 feet 9 inches tall. Every few weeks I would break down almost completely, and my physician would advise a long vacation, a trip to Europe or California or some other inexpensive little jaunt. Business and family cares prevented my being long away from the city, and I would pull through with tonics and willpower. One day, a friend persuaded me to consult his food specialist. I did so. Under his advice, I changed radically my diet. For 8 months, I ate no red meat and no white bread. I drank nothing whatever but water. Of water, I drank from 14 to 24 glasses every 24 hours. I made myself a member of the Don't Worry Club. I now weigh 155 pounds and am well in mind and body. I often work, if necessary, 12 or 14 hours at a stretch. I can eat and digest anything I please, but I do confine myself to about the diet Colonel Hunter recommends. I drink very little coffee or other stimulating beverages. I continue an exceedingly liberal use of water, but not with meals. Incidentally, I eat only about half as much as I used to, and I take no medicines. I'm not an author. Colonel Hunter is. Without my previous knowledge, he wrote PEP, which sets forth just the ideas of living and the manner of mind training in which I believe. So when he offered his manuscript to the Riley and Britton Company for publication, I was delighted. PEP will help you. If you are well, it will help you keep well and live long. If you are ill or worried, PEP will help you to get well and free you from fear thought. No medicines, no drugs, mind you. If you will apply the principles of thinking and living set forth in PEP, you will be happier, healthier, and more efficient. Again, I believe in PEP. Frank Kennicott Riley. Chapter 1. PEP means Poise, Efficiency, Peace. This message is one of joy, hope, health, optimism, and good cheer. The way to serene, happy, healthful, contented life is simple, sure, and practical, and I promise that the reading of this book will help you. Follow the suggestions, and this will mark a day of destiny in your life. I shall counsel you and not preach to you. I shall be reasonable and considerate and altogether practical, for I speak from experience, not hearsay. I've been through the mill. I've had to do with worry, blues, nervousness, fear, dread, and insomnia. I've been in the darkest recesses of Shadowland, and yet I've found the way to cinch up my mental and physical equipment and come into my natural heritage. Now the red blood courses through my veins, my eyes are bright, digestion good, joy is in my heart, and song is on my lips. I have an abundance of PEP, which expressive little word stands for poise, pluck, peace, power, punch, patience, purpose, so far as P's are concerned. And PEP likewise means efficiency, enthusiasm, endurance, example, and experience. PEP is the foe of worry and the friend of happiness. And the ways and means to get PEP I am going to explain to you so that you may have it too. We will spend a little while sizing up things together so we may understand our problems and get acquainted with each other. When I have diagnosed conditions a bit, and you find I have hit the mark, then you will have confidence. To put you at ease and free you from apprehension, I will say that our travels together will be pleasant, buoyant, and optimistic. The rules, methods, and plans will be comfortable. You will not have to be a martyr or play at heroics. There will be no starving, no freak diet rules, no strange fads, and no strenuous duties. PEP is rational, simple common sense. Mental torture and strain offsets any physical gain when the methods employed are strenuous, heroic, or extreme. Most systems of mental and physical training are extreme, faddish, and theoretical, and they soon prove discouraging. We will deal with common sense, practical, rational methods which will be in marked contrast to the involved, technical, theoretical, irrational systems of which there are so many. We shall enjoy our travels and acquaintance with each other, and I am sure you will not feel that you are taking treatment or obeying onerous discipline. We shall work with smiles all around us, and shall not heave sighs or waste time making wishes. Confidence must be yours. I shall require faith on your part when we go beyond the horizon you are familiar with. If health and happiness were the estate of the majority, there would be no call for this book. But health is scarce and happiness most rare because of the demands and the conventions of business and social life. We are keyed up. We must slacken up a bit and lower the tension. Here's a mental picture for you. Time, never so valuable as now, coupled with ambition as a goad, is driving man to faster movement. Man is becoming a master mental dynamo, running at high voltage nerve pressure at terrific speed, accomplishing Herculean tasks, never stopping until nature, provoked by the presumption of her liberality and insulted by the demands made of her, says stop. And then the man who has neglected care of himself and has refused good counsel wakes up to the fact that he has spent his health getting wealth, and he thereafter spends his wealth getting, or trying to get back, his health. Today the world looks to the future with fear and uncertainty because civilization is becoming complex, requirements of man more grasping. The great multitude is wrestling with mammoth problems of labor, prohibition, taxes, cost of living, morality, white slavery, neurasthenia, worry, and the task of providing for a rainy day. On top of this, the selfish purpose of nearly every man is to build a monumental fortune. The cry is ever, on, on, on. The rhythm caused by the intoxication of man's mental carburetor pulsates the words, go, go, go. On life's great highway, we see the wreckage, and as the crowd presses forward, we watch the faltering ones dropping out of the race through sheer exhaustion. And so, I believe a prophylactic against tired brains and bodies is timely, and this book will try to be that prophylactic. To help my brother to get back his pep, and to help my brother who has the pep to retain it, is the purpose of this book. To you who have thrown up the sponge, here is hope and promise that you can and will come back to your former strength of mind and body. And to you who are just commencing to feel groggy from the punches you have received, we call time, and will try to keep you in the game by a simple system of training your body and your mind. Yes, I've been through the mill, and I have tested plans, isms, cults, practices, philosophies, and after much elimination I have some rational rules and suggestions that will conserve the pep of those who have it, and bring back the pep to those who have lost it. I have a comb pile, mountain high, of theories which were thrown aside, and to save you time and investigation, I will give you the net result of the panning out, in the form of golden truth. This book is to deal in the hows, and not the whys. I take it you care to know how to get pep, rather than to know why you lost it.